Hey, welcome back. Y'all already know. We can ready to get into this video. We can ready to talk about no other than, let's go ahead and put her up here. Jasmine. The first thing I want to tell you, Jasmine, is that you have did a lot of changing. You actually have. And I want to commend you on that, even though I feel really bad about commending you on that, because these are things, Jasmine, that you should have been doing. But I'm going to go ahead and give you your praise for it, because sometimes a person needs praise. Everyone really needs praise. It makes them feel better about themselves. It brings up their esteem, their motivation, and that list could go on and on. Jasmine, you used to come up on here looking like you were always abused and used. Now you come up on here, your hair is nicely pulled up, you have your makeup on, your skin seems like it's clearing up. You seem as though you are a little bit more happy. It seems as though your self-esteem is slowly but surely coming up. You started back getting into your exercising and, walking and all of that type of stuff. Yeah, but Jasmine, one thing that I'm going to need you to do, those vents, since you've been running around here cleaning baseboards and stuff like that, those vents, Jasmine, because I know you watch me, you know who I am and everything, you said my name. Jasmine, I'm going to need you to go and clean your vents. It would make me feel much better inside when you come on here to do a hair video in your bathroom and those vents are cleaned. Not only that, Jasmine, but I'm sure it probably would help your health a little bit better. Jasmine, on the other hand, we've got to talk about a couple different topics. I'm probably going to do this in 2 actual videos. So you decided to take Aiden to his doctor's appointment, and basically you were taking him for a sick visit, and you said that he tested positive for strep throat. Meanwhile, while you took your child in for a sick visit, you said that the doctor informed you that Aiden was not autistic, but he had ADHD. Normally, for a sick visit, they are not diagnosing your child with any other problems except for what they are coming in for, which is a sick visit. You said that they gave him a small amount of medication to actually help him. I don't know if you know that ADHD and autism, they have a lot of the same characteristics. You have implanted in your brain and in our brains that he is not autistic. At this point, Jasmine, that's fine with me if that's what you want to believe, because you have not had your son tested for autism. You have not. If you would have had your son tested for autism, Jasmine, you would have a lot of content, since you like to put stuff out when it comes to Aiden and doctor's appointments and all of that. You even come up on here and make appointments, and you even expose and dox yourself and tell the doctor's name and where they are. And we've seen you do none of that or talk about any of that. When you have ADHD normally it's either mild, moderate, or severe. Testing for ADHD and evaluation for ADHD is a little bit different than autism testing. Autism, you have screenings and you have comprehensive diagnostic evaluations. I'm going to break it down to you as I've broken down to you many times before. Aiden would have needed to see the following, Jasmine: psychiatrist, a child psychologist, speech and language pathologist. That's the only thing that we've seen come into your home, sit down on the floor with the twins and do. That's it. And we've never seen it again. Getting back to what you would have to have done, and you would have been on here telling us. Let's track back real quick what I said. Psychiatrist, a child psychologist, you need a speech and language pathologist, occupational therapist, developmental pediatrician, if I'm not mistaken, a neurologist, a neuropsychologist, and last but not least, I haven't heard you say this, he would have been made to get an actual sleep study done through ENT, which is ear, nose, and throat. And we have never heard you say any of that. On your platform, Jasmine, Aiden more than Ava, autism affects boys more than girls. Oh, and not to mention a behavioral therapist. You would have had to take him there. He would have appointments there. You should be really, really busy with taking him to these type of appointments. That's how I know that you have not had this done, because again, you can't take a lot of stress. So you would have been stressed, you would have been depressed and all of that. And we haven't seen that when it comes to this situation that you are having with Aiden. Jasmine, the reason why I stay on you so bad about Aiden is because I can see all of the characteristics and symptoms that he has. And out of being a mother, being a reactor, and being someone that reacts on you, but I do care for your children. And being as though your baby Aiden, he's a baby and he doesn't understand, you need to make sure that you are advocating for him. Absolutely. You basically said that you gave Aiden his own room, and you've been wanted, to do that because Ava and Amaya are always playing together. No, that's not why, Jasmine. You spoke to the behavioral therapist at his school, and they told you that it would be better for him to have his own room. Normally, when you have a child that has some sort of ADHD, ADD, autism spectrum, they prefer for them to be in a room to themselves. Not to be by themselves, but they prefer that because it helps them prosper. It helps them when it comes to their thinking. It's more easier to pinpoint and how to help them. When he is in the room with Ava, some things that he could be doing may be disturbing her, and he knows but can't express to you. He will then react in certain ways that you don't understand. Now you can really have the time to go in and sit with him and see what he's doing without Ava, his twin, getting in the mix. Not only that, but it's really good that you are separating them, because one thing that I will say, Jasmine, that you do, you link them together. And at this point, the age that they are at, you need to let them go apart a little bit. They totally understand that they are twins, but Aiden needs to find his own personality and sense of belonging, and so does Ava. When Aiden was in daycare, you took Aiden out and had to, because of some of the things that he was doing behavioral wise. He could not progress. And then you decided to take Ava out as well. And basically what you are doing is you're punishing her and hindering her from moving and progressing and understanding how to be in the public in an educational facility to learn. And that right there was something that you should not have done. So you say you have this team of people who are basically helping Aiden in school. They are trying different types of things with him. They are trying to better him, to make him progress well. There has been times where you said that they wouldn't let him get on the bus. And I don't know if you know, but I'm going to break it down to you. It's not that they don't want him to get on the bus. The problem is that they know that it is a safety issue. They know how he is when it comes to behavioral. They don't want that type of problem coming onto the bus that can be projected to other children, whereas it can be a safety hazard for the children and a safety hazard for the bus driver. I've noticed that Aiden some days have been able to get on the bus. You've been showing us videos and everything. I want to say it is really good that you are letting him know and praising him again that he's doing a great job as we praise you in means of you changing, you putting your children first, cooking for them, organizing, scheduling. Yeah, and you like praise for that. Like you said, people always come up here and they tell the negative about you, but nobody ever tells the good. At the same time, remember that you still have Ava and you need to praise her as well. What you got to understand is each one of your children are different. So you have to learn how to deal with each one in their own little way. You now realize that when it comes to your son Aiden, he needs more one-on-one help. Ava, more so, she's a little bit more calmer. She's able to listen for periods of time, whereas though Aiden gets sidetracked. So make sure again that you are praising her as well, because you don't want her then to feel like, oh, let me mimic the way my brother is acting because my mom is praising him and giving him awards, and it seems like she's not praising me or paying any attention to me. And actually, that works on all of your kids as well. At the same time, Jasmine, you need to sit down and have a talk with Chris to the fur. You need to let him know that he needs to learn how to talk to you appropriately, and he needs to learn how to talk to your children appropriately. Because on camera, Jasmine, we are looking at Chris as being evil and nasty, manipulating and controlling, and a narcissist. So again, sit down and talk to him about the way he comes across on YouTube. You may want to even sit down and do a video, you and him, and show us a different side of Chris. Because right now, the way Chris is and the things that we've seen him say and do to you, and now it's being called in because Chrissy told us that he is literally mentally and physically abusive. Now, I don't know if he physically hits you, but I can tell you he physically hits walls. And God knows whatever else. Chris should not be putting his hand on any of your children. If he's doing that, you need to make sure you break each hand and each finger. He shouldn't even be treating Stinkabug like that? If so, when he goes to sleep, I'm going to tell you what to do. Go in there, get you a good box of grits, okay? Get them all stirred up in the pot and real hot and savory and everything. And while he sleep, throw it on him. I can guarantee you won't have no more problems. That's what you do. Him cutting the grass and you showing us a video of it, nobody cares, Jasmine. That is something that he should have been doing. I'm pretty sure the only reason he is doing it is because the landlord. So with that being said, Jasmine, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to slide on up off of here, y'all. And I'm going to see all you beautiful people. And y'all already know the next video. Later.